It's story time. Welcome to the channel, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're here, please enjoy these stories. Hit the subscribe, like button. I hope these stories help change your mind and make you wealthy. The purpose of me telling these stories because I talked about generational wealth. It's very important that you do what I'm doing right now is to record, even in a video or on paper and books, to pass this down generations to generations. I'm sharing some of my inheritance and some of the knowledge that's in my brain to you. But the goal is to have this video for my kids and my great grandkids and my grandkids. So my knowledge is very important because the saying is a dummy will always be broke. If you die and leave everything to someone that's not intelligent as you, they won't maintain it. You have to record things that you know and hopefully pass it down generations. Let's get to the story. I'm going to give you two people. One person is begging for money on the corner. The other person is going door to door looking for odd jobs. At the end of the day, the one begging for money earned $100. The one going around doing odd jobs made $100. Now, I want to ask you a question. Who would you support? What kind of person are you? Think about that. Now that you made that decision, I want to give you more context of each person. The one that's begging for money, he took his $100 to feed his family of four. The one that was doing odd jobs went to the liquor store to spend his $100. Oh, he got some Hennessy. He was trying to get the white Hennessy. Now I'm going to ask you again. Who would you support? Did you change your mind from the first question I asked you? Let me give you more context on each person. The next day, right? Paycheck to paycheck. They both going back to make some more money. The one that's begging, he made $100 at the end of the day. He went to the bank, opened up a brokerage account, and he invested in an index fund, making 17% interest. The one going to do odd jobs met one of the families, and they had a great conversation. It sparked something in his mind, and he did not go to the liquor store. He went home to try to feed his family of 8. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Who would you support? Did your mind change? I want to give you some more context to each person, and I want you to make a decision. They both came back the next day to make some more money. The guy that's begging went back to the bank because he only spent $20, $25 off of that first 100. He was able to feed his family for 4 days. But the money he made for 4 days, the other 3 days, he invested it because his plan is to open up a library that also had a food distributive for people that need some food, so you can come get something to eat at the library. The guy that's working odd jobs, he expanded himself to add more neighborhoods to try to make more money to feed his family because he spent too much money the first day. The second day to feed his family, it was so hard to feed that family of 8. So the question I have now, who's going to graduate from their job and do something great in life? And who would you support? Having more context on a person, if you don't want to speak to people and figure out what they're thinking about, because that's what happened when you go on job interviews. I want to share something why we had to take Psychology 101 when we went to college, because it's important to know humans' behavior. And I want to show you a simple philosophy. A person named Maslow. And Maslow came up with the 5 pyramid here. And at the bottom, the first 2, your basic needs, is why you say, not another day. Remember that commercial, not another day. And the bird says, not another day. You have to Feed yourself. Food, water, warmth, rest. Psychological needs. You get up every day because you know you got to feed your family. You need a roof over your head. You have to have safety. Getting to the top of this pyramid, and you can actually have issues when you get to the psychological needs. If you're not feeling love, right? Low self-esteem, right? You end up in depression. You paycheck to paycheck. You're trying to meet the needs. You're dealing with psychological issues. And it's hard to get to the top of this pyramid. Full potential, right? Being creative in activities. So you have to understand human behavior to be wealthy. And hopefully focus on that. Because morally is the whole name of this game. I can teach you how to fish, but that don't mean you're going to catch a lot of fish. All the knowledge that I give you, you can go to the pond with a gold pole and some string and not catch one fish. The guy beside you with a stick and a string, he catching fish left and right. He's playing to help others. He's not going to be selfish. So it's important morally what you're going to do with the knowledge you gain from this channel. Because if your heart ain't right, I don't care how much you know, it's not successful. I do believe it's someone higher than human beings. So that is my story. And I want you to think how you live in your life. Because I'm going to give you how to smart money things. And one, I'm going to give you Warren Buffett, what he said. He invests in. He says, I invest in human behavior. He bought into Gillette. He had a lot of shares in Gillette because he said men going to shave forever. We're going to always shave. And Gillette sold, and he made billions off the sale of Gillette. He said women going to wear makeup. They want to be beautiful. They're going to get hair. They're going to get their hair done. If you look at a lot of these celebrities now, these billionaires, they are invested in human behavior. Rihanna, look at her business now. Is billionaire. Looking at the Kardashian little daughter there, she invested in human behavior products. She's a billionaire. Someone asked me, why did John Legend sell some of his catalogs and rights? He actually sold it to BMG, I think it was, an investment firm, KKR. And he's taking that money to invest in a company that he created dealing with lotions and hand cream. He's coming up with a product and a line. And I guarantee you, the start of that company and investing in human behavior is going to catapult him to billionaire. His music would have never took him there. Investing in human behavior is what you're going to learn in this channel. You're going to understand why you're going to invest in McDonald's and Coke, why you should have those shares in those companies. Again, I can't wait to tell you more stories. Next week, I'm going to share a story when I first got my first real job with a butt-naked man that comes to his door. Oh, it's crazy. But I want to share that. Thank you again for coming to the channel. And please subscribe and see you Sunday. I will have a video out Sunday.